for you guys as much as anything. Clears up a lot of space.
Yes, you know, we wanted to kind of have some flexibility a little bit, open up a little bit of space, and just to keep our options open as we go into free agency, and just I think keep an open mind, you know, like where we go with the team.
You spoke a lot about fit the other day in terms of how the pieces fit together, especially at the end of last season defensively. Is it fair to say that that had something to do with the decision not only to make the trade, but in adding a defensive-minded point guard in DeLon?
A little bit, you know, like we saw him as we're really excited about DeLon. We saw him as a big point guard that can guard all defensive team, and takes great pride in it. Still needs to develop, even if he's a 4-year player. But I think we also see him as a kind of a late bloomer a little bit. So we're hoping there's a little bit more development there, and but knows how to play. His game is it's all 5-on-5, and that's we watched him a lot, and we like what he does.
Masai, was this your pick, whether you made a move for Gravis or not?
I think so. He was high on our board at 20. You know, like you always have your guys, and you adjust as the moves come in. But DeLon is a guy that we looked at. So.
Did you have him higher than 20, or did you think he would slide to you at that point?
You know, sometimes you just watch these things, and you know, like you try to get as much information as you can, and we had him going before us, but we felt comfortable at 22. So just meaning that, you know, like we thought there were a few teams that liked him, but you know, it's the draft, and so many things happen the night of the draft.
But in terms of replacing his minutes, you're probably still looking at free agency then? Gravis's minutes, I mean.
Well, look, you know, like eyes are all open now, you know. But that's what this period, I think, is all about in the NBA. It goes from one season to the other, and draft season is over now, and now it's free agency. So we'll keep looking.
Does the cap space make you a player in the trade market as well?
Yes and no. You know, like it's tough to answer. You know, like because we feel we want to keep giving our guys a chance. You know, like and see how they continue to grow. But we also want to help them a little bit. You know, it's my job to kind of put a couple guys in place. So we'll be, as I said before, we're open. You know, open to business, but we want to give our guys a chance.
What's the feeling like when you're in the room and you have your guys ranked and you get closer to your pick and you're trying to adjust and hope that he will be there? Like, what is that feeling as you get closer?
It's tough, you know, like you spent all this time this year, the whole year, and your scouts are all, you know, like working their butts off, and then, you know, it starts going and all the crazy stuff starts happening, you know, like it's a rush, you know, but that's what we live for. That's our jobs, and it's very exciting. But sometimes it can get very panicky, you know. But we enjoy it.
Was the team able to speak with him at the combine?
No, but we spoke with him here. Yes, when he was here, we had him. We already had him booked for a visit, so we spoke to him here. We interviewed him here.
So do you kind of welcome this sort of open slate or open team in the sense that you have right now? Because, I mean, with Gravis gone now, Amir Johnson a free agent, Lou Williams a free agent, Tyler Hansbrough a free agent. There's a lot of holes, I guess, to fill potentially, and you've kind of got that open slate in front of you.
First of all, I want to say, you know, like I'd actually want to thank, you know, like Grievous, you know, like what a great kid, and I've known for many years, and That's one of the toughest things I've ever done. Is speak to Grievous today after you make the trade. It's I tell you what, it's not easy. I say it with all honesty. He did a great job for us, and but it's time to part ways. For me, you know, like this is the business. You know, we've slowly started growing here, and you want to build your team, and sometimes you're stuck with contracts, or you know, like it's you have to go through a time, you know, like, and now, you know, we're coming to a time where we have to make some decisions, you know, like, but that's the business. It comes with why we do it, and we're going to go out and face it and try and make the best decisions we can make.
What was the biggest thing that stood out to you guys about Wright's game?
Defending, you know, like he takes so much pride in it. He loves it. You know, he was also a good passer. We interviewed tons of his teammates, and they love playing with him. He gets them the ball in the right place. You know, like that's character. Is such a great kid, and he's got good size. It was attractive for us.
Dwayne mentioned how it can help that his older brother has been in the league, so he's been around it. Is that something that factors into?
Yes, we asked him tons of questions about that, you know, like, and he knows, he's been around, you know. I think even a couple NBA players, you know, tweeted and congratulated him, you know, because they know him. Plays a lot of ball in LA, you know, in the summer with all these guys, and he's you know, he's a junkie, you know, and you want those kind of guys.
Masai, this time last year, it felt like you didn't feel like you'd gotten everything accomplished that you wanted to get accomplished. Mm-hmm. How about this year?
Yeah, like it's all different feelings, right? You know, every year you go through different ones, and yeah, different times. You know, like now it's another stage when you get a few of your core guys. I think last year we had uncertainty which of these guys would come back, and but now we have a few of the core guys. We have to figure out a way to, you know, make the team better and keep growing.
But just in terms of the draft night itself?
Pardon me?
Just in terms of the draft night itself, this year's draft night compared to last year?
Yeah, last year our strategy was we had a couple guys targeted, they were gone, and the next step was, you know, like how do we take Bruno? There's no.
So this year went a little more.
Yes, this year we had our guys lined up, and the guy we wanted we got.
So much of the draft is projecting. Is Delon the type of guy you can project into your rotation, or at least a solid roster type addition for next season?
We'll see. You know, like rookies always struggle, right? They always find there's a time for them to adjust, and I don't know where I can project him now, you know, but it's a learning curve, whether he's played 10 years in college or 4 years in college. You know, if you're not picked sometimes in the top, you know, it's tough. Yeah, and even the guys picked at the top, there's bound to be some struggles. So he'll go through phases. I think he'll have growing pains, but we'll see. We hope, you know, like he continues to develop. But I don't know what his exact, you know, like spot in the rotation, or where he'll play and how coach will play him. I can't say anything about that right now.
Almost surprisingly, when he called in, he acknowledged that what he's gone through so far is just against college kids and isn't really an NBA experience at all. Does that self-awareness of where he really stands help him?
Yes, it does. You know, like he's very competitive, but he also understands who he is. He was when I talked to him on the phone, he was so excited, and that's kind of what you want. All of them are excited. You know, it's not an exception. All 60 kids are excited today, but we're happy about him, and I think he's really up for the challenge.